All right. Whatever that means. Minimum huge volatility. It's almost an oxymoron. Minimum huge volatility. How do you put minimum and huge in the same sentence? We'll see. All right, market, a little bit of pressure here. We have next support level we have down at 71. We already tested our 83 and worked off of that very nicely, and now we're looking at the 71. It's called double speak. He's getting good. He's getting just like the he's getting just like those Fed governors. You have no idea. They give you a sentence and you think it's coherent, and then all of a sudden you read it and you're like, wait, what? What did he just say? What does that mean? All right, market again under a little bit of pressure here. We did bounce off of our 83 area. Now we're just kind of hanging. Again, we wait for opportunities to trade. We're always looking for opportunities to trade, but at the same time, we're waiting for the market to give us those opportunities. There's plenty of price action opportunities out there. Again, it all depends on how much risk you want to take. Each individual person has to understand the risk tolerance and then trade it accordingly, according to their risk tolerance, not mine or not anybody else's. Don, are you around?
Yeah, what you needing?
How you doing?
Good.
No, I gotta leave in about a half an hour, so we can kind of just hang out for half an hour, and maybe you can just take over for a little bit longer after that.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Do you feel like a pincushion today?
No, it actually wasn't so bad. She only the second time, so I felt a lot better. I was like, oh God, here we go again, and then it was okay. Felt much better after that. So
Good.
you just never know. You never know who you get.
Yep.
I don't know, but no, it wasn't so bad, but still nerve wracking. Anyway, but thanks for reminding me. How's your wife doing?
She's doing well.
Good.
Good. Just recouping.
Good. All right. So our market kind of just under a little bit of pressure here. Jamie Dimon spooked the market yesterday, and it's reacting accordingly. I guess the people listen to Jamie Dimon more than they'll listen to Powell. I guess it is what it is.
Where's our little buddy? Did he get lost in land?
I gotta send him a text to find out what's going on with him. He's probably gonna go get some water for his lawn from another state. They can't water their lawn out there starting today or yesterday. He's got so many things going on. It's always tough to figure out what he's got going or not. It's always, it's California people. They have their own. They're different than most of the rest of the world. But we'll see what happens. All right. Anyway, so how was yesterday? I didn't really check.
It took we went down at all the levels that you gave. I think we blew through them, the 35 and the 18. And I gave them 94, 84, and I think 74. Mm-hmm. And all three of those worked.
Oh, and good.
I think the bottom was down at 73, somewhere in there.
Oh, good.
And so, yeah, they were all good trades.
Good. Yeah, we just never know, what's going to happen, especially when somebody starts saying something. These, and they say something right in the middle of the day, and that's why you have to always understand that that could happen, and also make sure you keep your stops in place. We always talk about that more than anything else.
Yeah, I think out of 12 trades, we lost 2.
Oh, that's a pretty good percentage there. For those of you who are new, like I said, we don't keep track. I don't keep track of that because Don's talking about everybody taking the trade. Not everybody has to take every trade, but
yeah.
And again, there are other price action opportunities out there as well. So that's always a case for that as well. All right. So they've moved it down here, and they just decide to stop moving. But we focus on the morning hours, like I said, keeps us. I think we get a good bang for our money in the morning versus the afternoon trade. And as long as all we're trying to do is find opportunities to make money, and if we can do that, we should be happy.
I call this spot in here fueling the rocket. I don't know which way it's going to go, but it looks like it's going to go.
Yeah, it's just kind of gaining momentum to some extent. But we don't know. Like you said, we don't have any predictions as to direction here. We're just trading the opportunities when they present themselves more than anything else. And we just have to be patient and wait for the market to kind of direct us, basically, is what we're trying to do. And then being patient and waiting for the trade to develop. And that's all we can do as traders. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. I don't mind questions. We'll try to explain what we're trying to do here without giving away too much. But we always answer questions. But again, we also have to wait for opportunities. So we can't really just keep trading. When it gets into a range like this, the best thing to do is just to be a little bit patient and wait for the market to settle down and give us those opportunities to jump in and trade.
Our VIX is at 26.
What's that?
Our VIX is sitting at 26.
Yeah, really. That's the same as yesterday. You told me 25 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I sure miss those 30s.
Yeah, yes and no.
They were fast.
Oh my God. I mean, it's a little bit too much sometimes. To the point where you don't even have, you can't even like react fast enough to it. And that is the issue, I think, with trading electronically. The algorithms come into play, and so it almost feels like that's how they want it, whoever they is. It makes it very difficult for the individual trader to be able to be competitive with it. But that's why we have to adjust as a trader to the markets, whatever conditions that they may be in any given day. And then once we react to them, you understand how to trade them. That's all. And sometimes it means not trading because the volatility is just too great. All right. We're just kind of range bound here a little bit. Again, that's okay to be range bound. We have to be patient with the market. Patience is important in trading. It's hard for us because we have to try to keep talking. It's not trading. We're not trading. But, hopefully you understand. Again, we like to be patient and wait for the opportunities to present themselves in the market. And right now we're just a little range bound. So in this little area here, that's what I call the no trade zone as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to get involved in anything, especially this choppiness. Now, some traders love the choppiness, right? They think it's the best. Me personally, I'm not into range game trade, so I will be patient and wait. But again, like I said, doesn't mean that everybody has to trade the same way. All right, again, just kind of range bound here. I think if we get above 41 even, make a run up to that 04 area. It's not really a big move there, but
It looks like they were going to send it in another direction this morning, and news came out, and now they're having to
right,
rethink their positions.
right. They were kind of happy with what was coming out this morning, and then all of a sudden they decided. Well, the ADP number kind of put a damper on things. The ADP number was they were expecting a lot higher number, came out less. But again, I mean, this is the dilemma that you're in. These economic numbers are coming out, and they're going to contract because that's what the economy is doing. It's contracting, and obviously the market doesn't like it. But by the same token, that's what policy is going to create. So you can't win. And not at this point. And again, you got to remember also before, it was always those trades that occurred in the market where every time there was news that came out, it was even positive. When the markets were going up, every news item that came out, a negative news item that came out, they always made a positive twist on it. And I think we're kind of doing the same thing here with these bad numbers that are coming out. It doesn't matter if there's a good number or a bad number, it's going to have a negative twist to it, because right now that's the mode we're in. It is what it is. So
yeah,
all of this stuff is cyclical, so things do turn around at some point, but it's going to be a while, especially after Jamie Dimon declares, we're going to have a big hurricane. It's going to destroy the world. Jamie Dimon scared everybody.
Between him and Kramer.
Right. Well, Kramer. I mean, that guy.
This is what gets me. It's amazing what people listen to.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I mean, and it's always like at a given moment. It's not like consistent. It changes. Like one person, everybody will be listening to one person at one time, and then that mode, fad, whatever you want to call it, changes, and it becomes something else.
It amazes me. People work, and they make, and they save, and they take their money, they take it down to someplace like Edward Jones and say, "Here, I'm giving you my money, make me more money." Well, as long as everything's going in the right direction, it's fine. But man, let that market turn, and man, do they make a lot of noise.
Right, and they all get nervous.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? Well, because you weren't complaining when the market was going up. Everybody is happy when the market's going up.
Who was it? Peter Lynch that started the Fidelity Magellan Fund, wrote a book, One Up on Wall Street. In his book, he states right at the first of it, he says, it's your money. You better learn how to take care of it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going, that's so true.
It's very true. But a lot of people don't know how to take care of it. That's the thing. I mean, it's not really their fault. I mean, if you come into, if you make a little bit of money in your job and you have money everybody tells you have to invest it.
Yeah.
But obviously you have to know, market conditions are important, but most people are not thinking that way. They're just thinking, okay, what do I do with this money? Do I put it in a fund, or do I put it money market? The money markets aren't paying anything. So stock market, everybody says stock market's so good, and over the long run, well, yeah, over the long run it'll work out, but there are going to be bumps on the road.
Yeah.
All right, we're trying to inch down here to the 71 area. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask.
Yeah, and I can understand that it takes effort, and people come into the office all the time and say, I like what you're doing. I just don't want to have to study to do it. I understand.
Yeah, that's true.
The first thing I tell them is I wouldn't recommend anybody doing what I'm doing. I like it, but if your personality's not
right
to sit and watch these little ticks bounce up and down, this is not the right job.
No, absolutely not. It's not for everybody, that's for sure.
It took me a lot of years to figure out, that personality in trading is everything.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find something you really like to do, and you'll do good. We'll work at it.
Right.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Again, if anybody has any questions, definitely a good time to ask when the markets are kind of slowish. Not much is happening. We are waiting for the next support level we have is down at 71. The market here seems to have slowed down a little bit on their sell-off, which is good and bad, I guess. All right, just coming back into that range that we talked about all morning. Or that we have been in all morning, I should say. And the little factory orders number is been released right now, so that really hasn't really moved the market that much. Basically just coming back into the range. We did have our first support level there. It got triggered early on, right on the first bar. And there's a nice little opportunity there for us, given how slow the market's turning out to be. Well, you didn't miss much. All right, the market is reacting to that factory orders just a little bit, not in a positive mode, I guess.
Got to get past that 94, 95 area.
Yeah, it's got to get above, it looks like 96.7 area for it to continue to rally. It's trying to. I mean, it's at least it's not going down. Kind of slowed down in that direction a little bit.
I'd like to see that 104.
Yeah, it looks like it might want to get up there, but it's got to get above, 97 and then even again. Those two areas. Looks like they have to fight through those first.
And then here comes the blue band.
And there is the blue band. Again, patience is important. I know it's sometimes boring to sit there and wait and do nothing, but again, it's more important to have positive trades than just to trade. So that's how you have to look at it. We're trading here to make money, not just to trade. And as long as you have that concept in your head, I think everybody should remember that. So when it gets slow like this, it's all right. There's always going to be another opportunity, and if that's only one trade for today, it's only one trade for today. And if it was a positive trade, then it's that much better. Trust me, we like to trade around here. The one thing that we like to do is trade, and when we don't, then we have to kind of hang loose and wait. And that's what we're doing right now. We've got resistance on the upside at 04. And really, we don't have any really good support until down at the 71. And kind of in the middle here, at least for a time being, we have to show some patience.
What is today? Thursday?
Yep. Unemployment tomorrow, at least in the morning. And like I said, unemployment has usually been not the kind of the slowest, has been the best trade available. But it is what it is.
I think.
All right, still rangy. All right, well, I'm sure we will break out of this range at some point. Maybe not today, but at some point.
We've been wearing out that 84 to 94 area.
Yeah, right. I mean, you guys, whoever's trading that range game is doing fantastic. But like I said, it's not our cup of tea over here. All right, we're still back in this range here. Kind of just rangy bound here. Again, maybe tomorrow, being unemployment, the market's gonna just kind of wait and see what that number is gonna do for us or not, and then kind of wait for that to kind of give us some direction, I guess. But again, we don't know. We just trade what the market gives us on any given day, and then go from there. Right? That's all we can do as traders. And like yesterday, you had many trades. Even more, we had to give you more levels on the downside. That's right, the Queen's Jubilee in the UK. Well, I'm surprised that we don't share the same sentiment over here. Yeah, but it is true that the UK holiday, but the UK is not all of Europe, so shouldn't shouldn't affect the market. Shouldn't be this slow, just because of the Queen. But you never know. Could be. Maybe I'm just downplaying the Queen's importance in the market. All right, Don, I'm going to hand it over to you because I don't want to start trading and get myself in trouble, considering I'm up a little bit and I have to leave in 5 minutes. And
Okay.
I hope when I leave, something good will happen.
Do you have any numbers below 70? I mean, below the 43?
Yeah, I got 30, 12, and 3,900.
30 and 12, 39. Okay. All right.
All right, man. See you. I'll
Have a good
see you
one.
tomorrow.
See you
Thanks.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Now we get to see where we're going to go. Yesterday was slow. Man, it was slow. anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. And it gets up there close to that 94 and it stops. Sooner or later, we got to go through. Or it's going to have to go the other way, one of the two. Coming back to our pivot area. And we're back to our blue band. We may be going to make it to that 104. At our 4, let's see what it's going to do at 4. They fuel that rocket big time, didn't they? If you took the 4, just keep the stops in there. If you took the 4s, it's going to should give you a place to either hold on to it or scratch it, do something with it. Here we go. If you hold it onto your 4s, you're doing okay. I'd like to see it rotate back on down to that 98 range. You have to take a little heat on the 04, but other than that, you're doing okay at the moment. Now comes the important part, managing your money. We got down to 150. We can get back below that low. We should see that 98 area. There we go. Let's see if we can. And we got down to 99. But we saw 98 quarter. There we go. I am flat this one. If you did take the 04s, you had to go through a little heat there, but you did get paid off. You know, it came back into an area that I was anticipating it coming back to. I did not see this one coming. If I would have, I'd have been glad to tell you about it. There ought to be a little bit resistance here supported about the 90 area. But if you held on, you're doing well. We're back to our pivot down here, 95 area. Looks like they're headed back to the 84 again. those zones from yesterday. They had a lot of price action. Take care, Philip. Yeah, Terry, that's about where I'm running right now with this VIX where it's at. 4 to 5 points. You know, I wish there was when the market was slow, we were saying 2 points with 2-point targets. But most of these levels, they're giving you anywhere from 5 to 10-point range they're going to. On this one here, in 10 minutes, we've gone 20 points. So, and so we're stuck back in this range again. So now we're twiddling our thumbs. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Coming down into quarter 71. Now, waiting. We are just twiddling our thumbs at the moment. Let's see, Terry, it's 2016. A week or two, anyway. Let's see if we can get back up to that 84, 85. Yeah. It's going to be tough. If we break that 75, we're going to probably see that 71. Yes, I did. I am a student of SOLS. The things that I'm sharing with you, these are things that were taught in the course. And we're coming down into our 71 area. We didn't quite get there. We only got 72 and a quarter. But we're still in this bar. I cheated a little bit on that. I faded it in there at 73. I'd like to see 81 out of it. But if it doesn't go pretty quick, I'll bail the trade. Made money on the trade. There we go. See if we can tag that 85. It's these numbers that we give out, they're areas, they're zones, whatever we're not going to be exact. Some days we're right on the money. Other days, due to the market overrunning. Let me see here. I need to get out of this thing. There we go. That's a good trade. The momentum, there may be a lot of sell orders or a lot of buy orders. If we have an area, just for instance, the 04, well, we ran up to 07, almost 08. Then it reversed and came back down. You got to have a safety net. If you do not have a safety net, this thing can go a long way. It doesn't matter what we say or do. I think we're going to run back up to 104. Is it going to? I have no idea. It's just my thought process. But I have no reason to jump in right here just to see. Now, if I bought this, if I had was looking down for the 71s and I was able to get the 71s and I had several contracts on, and I may want to hold one, but my conviction's not that great right at the moment. Just so I have to wait, let the market kind of show its hand. There'll be a lot of trades between here. We made that one big bar up, then we made two big bars down. Now we make two little bars up. And we're back up trading around that 84, 85 area. So it's tough you can take these zones and basically, I guess, you can try and trade them with a 2-point target, 2-point stop, but you're going to get hit more often because the volatility is such that we're getting enough overrunning and underrunning to have a problem there. Do all of these levels work? No. Out of a bunch of those yesterday, we lost, I think out of the first 8, 2 of them got ran over. So you could, but you'd be down a whole lot of money. So you're better off by just going ahead and coming up with a loss factor that suits you, that you're comfortable with, your account size, and because it's tough to when you're trading a 3 lot or a 5 lot and you're wrong, that could be a $600-800 loss. Easy. But in the scheme of things, if you were just trading a 1 lot, that may just be a $200 loss. So and it's tough to put a criteria on this for everyone. I had to figure that one out on my own, and even with Saul telling me this, we're not here to tell you, okay, you buy or sell at this price and you get out at this price, and these are the hard fast rules. Well, they kind of are, and they kind of are not. And the reason I say that is these areas that we're buying and selling at are areas. That's all they are, is areas. And so for you're going to have to figure out how much of a risk factor are you willing to see, I jumped in on that last trade at a 73. I had a reason to get that 73. And that reason came from areas and stuff that it was doing yesterday. Saul had a 71. So between what I saw and what his numbers are, I decided to go ahead and jump in on the 73. Well, if it jumps down and goes 71 and goes past that, then I would have to say 66 would have been my out. So that's a pretty good hunk. But what I'm looking at is telling me that, okay, my price action said this should be doing this should be doing that. Okay, take the trade. If the trade doesn't work out, there's my stop. I'm wrong, or I might be right, but it may be down the road. But for right now, I'm wrong, and I get out, and I wait for the next opportunity. And that's the way, as simplistic as that is, that's kind of the way that you really have to look at it. If you don't, if you're worried about, I just lost $600-800, it's kind of like, this I can tell you, if you're trading small accounts, it's a whole lot easier to get $200 to $500 back than it is $800 to $1,000 back. You got to work twice as hard and be twice as active. And so you're better off by getting out of the trade, waiting for another setup. And, like yesterday, we hit those two trades. I think one was a 35 and the next one was 18. Well, we got run over on both of them. They went through them and they didn't stop. So what we lost on those two, we turned around and made up on the next two, because the next two were, I think they were anywhere from 8 to 10 points apiece. So there was a lot to, that's what you have to do as a trader. And, and it's not like, okay, tomorrow's a new day. That is correct. It is a new day. This thing's going to act a little bit differently than it did today. Some similarities, sometimes they're the same identical patterns going into the next day. Other days, they're going to yank it up. We're going to hit, this morning we have been both sides of the pivot. We've been up to the 104. We've been down to the 72s, almost to the 71s. And even yet, they can turn around, and if they get back above 95, then this thing can go up. So, but it's not going up at the moment. And our job as a traders is to come in here, sit down, and trade what it is, not what we want it to be or what we think it's going to be. Now, if the setup, if we're at a spot, you can call them a level, an area, zone, whatever you want to call them. You can put a line in the sand right here at the 89 level. Say anything above that, I'm long. Well, that's fine. Just where am I wrong? Below that line, get out. So, but to me, that's the most important thing. If I get into this trade, where am I wrong? Because that's the only thing you can play is defense to protect your money. When this market moves up and down both sides of something so fast, it's just tough. So, if you're right, you're right. But if I'm wrong, I got a safety net. That trade didn't work out. Let's wait for the next. I will be right back.
Hey, a quick shout out. Welcome to Dorian S. Hey, Dorian, welcome aboard. Joanne, welcome. Let us know what you're trading. Swapping, how are you doing today? Willie? Hey, Rose, I think Saul was looking to catch up with you today. He had asked about you before you came in. I know you quickly connected before he left. Hey, Sam, how are you? Should use the chat feature to respond. This is a Trade Along Live subscription service focused on the S&P 500 E-mini. If you're new to coming in, you're coming in as a guest. We ask you to quickly transition into a paid Trade Along Live service person. Everything we do is for educational purposes only, not to be taken as direct trading advice. This trade along can be a stepping stone if you're interested in Saul's trading education. So you do the trade along and stay with the trade along. You can upsell yourself into Saul's trading education, which gives you this service for free. But the first start of this relationship is being part of this service. This trade along service, it gives you the daily access to this trade along. It gives you Saul's scalping levels and zones. You have Saul as a trade along partner, and it gives you a significant discount when you decide, if you need it, whether you're a new trader or experienced trader, to work with Saul on a one-on-one basis as he takes you under his wing and teaches you as your training instructor. That's what we do every day. Hey, Rose, no problem. Just want to make sure you're okay.
I've posted in the chat there extra links below the 43 that he gave out this morning, the 30, the 12, the 3900.
Just so you know, you're a little distant with your microphone.
How's that? You better?
Yeah.
Good.
Looks like you're relaxing. Are you in a different location?
Yeah, I'm at the house. I'm on the laptop.
Okay, that's working pretty good.
Well, everything's stacked on top of each other, and I can't get to the chat. Normal stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know. I got to take I'm going to change locations, next week and bring my laptop out. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring a monitor. I'll see. I'd rather just do it with my laptop and just see if it works and try to accommodate it.
When you're used to trading and you got 3 or 4 monitors up there and everything's just sitting in this place and you're just sitting there looking from side to side with a laptop, you got a little space, but then you're bringing stuff up and put stuff down. And it's kind of like, this fits.
Yeah, no, it's, especially if it's bugging you,
So,
Well, I appreciate you being here.
that's no problem.
Terry was looking at, I know you guys are going back and forth, I think a little bit. I wasn't on it then, but he was looking at taking the education at one point.
Who was?
Terry?
Oh, Terry? Yeah.
Yeah. You were talking, I think you were I watch the meter go up and down if I'm not don't have my headset on.
Yeah.
And then I pay attention a little bit to what's happening based on the chat text. Hey, Duran, you looking at Bitcoin? So so we're traders here. We're looking to trade one thing and do it well. And we have settled on the S&P 500 E-mini futures contract because it is, well, it's a mature contract. It's been around for a long time. It has a way of trading that if you're good at it, you can identify that way. In this case, it's price action trading, and seek to make money based on whether it goes up or goes down. Now, there are a lot of people trading Bitcoin, and there is I don't know what the word is. There's a madness about it all when you go in and look at the, how it trades. And you can get lucky. I think most of it is luck. I don't think there's much, support and resistance work done that makes much sense in these cryptos. But they're trying to apply it, right? So there is a group of individuals out there that are creating an environment where they've come up with tools and averages and all sorts of stuff and look to apply it to crypto, particularly Bitcoin. We don't do that here. This is how do I make 500 to 1,000 a day trading the S&P 500 E-mini. So the E-mini has a trading platform. E-mini has a way to set up charts, which you can see, Sol's charts. And then there is a way of trading it that Sol has been doing. Now, there's two people engaged, or we're two people engaged today. Sol is your host, mentor, and he's the one that put the service together. He's a 25-year veteran trader of the trading pits in Chicago, which is a pretty big deal. And he has developed a trading strategy called price action. And he's developed a way to set key levels and zones for the morning session, right around the cash open of the morning session at 9:30 Eastern time. When they hammer the bell, they open up the market, the cash market. He sets key areas and levels, which are posted in here, and we were just talking about them, as opportunity points and a trading advantage for this session, Sol's session. And that is done every day here. And it's a service. It's a subscription service. And we know who's signed up, who hasn't signed up. We know who's lagging in their sign up. We know who's been here for a long time. We know people who just came in. It's tough to hide. And we ask them to sign up pretty quickly, going to guest to paid, and self-assess themselves as paid. Right? So they're not considered pikers, based on not paying. And secondarily, we have one of Sol's students who was a trader on his own before he met Sol and has been a trader on his own after he met Sol. But he is a trading aficionado, and his name is Don. And Don has been in and out this morning. And he is a very close compadre to Sol. So that's what we do every day. The opportunity for individuals is to, if they are interested in really focusing and making money on a daily basis, and they want to develop it as a skill set, your skill set or their skill set, then they hire Sol to help them do it. There's many ways to lose money in trading. And usually it happens because people think they know what they're doing without getting the help and somebody to bounce things off of. So that's what we do. I know it's a mouthful, but anybody that's going to spend any money, okay, on the act of trading, risk capital, trading capital should really let their ego go find something else to do and get the right help. And that's tough to do. I see it more times than you can imagine with individuals, right? That are boy, I just lost my whole train of thought. That's like amazing, right?
Welcome to.
I was in it, then I was also looking at my phone, right? And as I was going, I saw something on my phone, and then I lost the complete notion of what I was talking. Not completely, I know we're here. I know we're trying to trade, 2, 4, 5 trades in the S&P 500 E-mini, looking for a minimum trading profit on each trade of 2 points plus with a general 2-point stop. And all that stuff, but I had something in my head that was going to be good. So it's not considered advice. So that's, I think, important too. So this is a at your own risk. We're trading educators, right? And everything we do is for educational purposes only, even the trade along service. And Val teaches you it's the same. It's really imparting to you the opportunity to trade. So, Terry, we should talk on WhatsApp, and then we can figure that out. And that's we've done that before. It's a little bit different than you proposed, but we can do that. But you have to sort of be solid on what it is they're going to do or they're interested in doing as it relates to what's on the website, the pricing. So noodle on whether they would be solid or not. And it looks like they could be. And then we can figure out how to handle it. And if that works out, great. We'll always try to help the individual that put that kind of arrangement together. Just so you know. So Dorian, we can send you to somebody to sign up. Just let me know what you're looking for. So for an individual to get involved in this, we're not registered. We don't talk commissions. We don't talk margin requirements. But there are margin requirements that are standardized in the industry, and you should look that up. The trading platform is similar to what you're seeing, a series of charts and an order entry. And when you pick a brokerage firm, and we can point you in the right direction, you'll get set up with a trading platform. You'll get set up with real-time data. You'll get set up with charts. You'll try to fixate your charts, and we can help you with that if you're a member, subscriber, to get them to look like what is represented in Sol's charts. Then it's a matter of coming in here on a daily basis, receiving the levels and zones, and listening and paying attention, particularly around the action of price in and around Sol's levels and zones. And that'll give you a real footing when it comes to starting off. And then you can decide if you want to have Sol teach you and mentor you and train you. And that's another Megillah, but it all starts with this one.
Yeah, we're trading back around our pivot area.
So the first thing, Dorian, what I would do is I'd get you set up as a subscriber. And so that gives us the reason to pay attention, obviously, right? And help individuals navigate what they're looking to navigate. So I'll send this out to everybody. So anybody that hasn't signed up, make sure you do sign up. Terry, let me know when you want to talk on WhatsApp, and we can go through it. The reason I'm saying WhatsApp is because we've done that before.
All right.
But Dorian,
let's
that's
see.
out to you now, just so you have it. And everybody else, make sure you assess your payments, keep yourself up to date, and also sign up. All right, that's back to you there, Don. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, we're back to our pivots. We're flat. We're waiting, watching, see what's going to happen.
Terry, let me know if you want to do that call now, and I'll just ring you up on the same way I did the last time.
You know, we have, in any given day, we have a lot of different people in the room. We've got them in the room, all skill levels. You know, a lot of this stuff we're talking about, it's just second nature to some, and some it's just like it's brand new. So we basically just have to start at the bottom and work up. But all we're doing, we're just trading E-minis. If you look at the charts up there, there's actually 3 charts. The one to the far left is a bond chart. Saul's a bond trader. He knows how to look at them. I have. As long as I've been with him, I still don't understand. But the other 2, the middle one is a 60-minute ES chart, and the other one is a 5-minute. And it basically has Bollinger Bands. And as far as the red lines to the outside, we don't use. Or at least in my time with him, we've never used. So they mean nothing to me. The blue line is the center of the Bollinger Band, basically. And I know some of you get tired of listening to the same thing over and over, but we have people coming in and out of the room that have no idea what we do or how we do it. And I am so I'm sitting in for Saul Show. He's the owner and moderator of this room. He had some things he had to attend to, and he'll be back tomorrow. But I don't work for the site. I'm just a friend, and if you want to learn how to do these numbers, let him give them to you one day. Say, here, give out the numbers. I got to go someplace. And then, throw it out a number. It's really simple. Throw it out a number that works most of the time. It takes a little work. That's the way that I kind of learned how to do it. I wasn't with him long. It's kind of like, hey, look, fill in for me. I got to go do this. I'm going, do what? But if you really want to learn how to do the numbers, write these numbers down every day that he calls out, and then go back and figure out, okay, where did these numbers come from? Why this one? Why that one? And you'll start to see a lot of it. But that's the way you learn. You just get into this stuff and you start learning. And then you find out there's a whole bunch more numbers out there. There's numbers all over the place. Then after a while you're going, I got so many numbers, why worry about numbers? They're everywhere. Yep. Let's see, our next level above is going to be 14. looks like they may bump into a little problem here, 7 or 8. Market's having to fight. There it goes. Yeah, we're looking at the 14 is going to be our next level up. We're waiting. There was a little resistance up there between 750 and 12. You were saying that earlier, Terry, that the 3,900 was a long ways off. You know, yesterday we started out, we were trading up, we went all the way up to 41.65 and down to all the way, and we had to add 3 more levels to the downside, down all the way to 40.74, and we hit all 3 of them to the downside. So this market can go a long way, especially today. You know, used to, if we saw a 20-point or a 30-point day in the S&P, that was a big day. 30 points, man, that's just unheard of. Our night markets usually ran about 10 points at night. Now there's nothing to wake up me 50, 60 points up or down on a night market. And so And 100-point S&P swings, it's kind of like, wow, these are big swings. And the further that this market goes up, I think the bigger the swings will be. Just my opinion. We opened up at 8:30 around that 12 area. And that 1450 area sitting right in the middle of all that value that the market created early. These are not generated numbers. These are actually coming from the chart and what the market's doing and the price action it had done. So, 2. All right, back above that open. Got the 1325. Excuse me, 1275, what I'm showing. We're still in the same bar. All right, here's 14. Well, that 17 should have gave us a reaction. It's not much of one. At least not yet.